Hey, so this is the parametric notch builder for the handheld Legend GameCube Ultimate Shell that's coming out soon on his Kickstarter. As far as I know, and as far as I'm aware, using this notch builder is going to be the exact same as all the others. And so what you're going to need is you're going to need fusion360, or they scrapped the 360 part recently, so it's just Autodesk Fusion. This is a free software. I pay $0 to use it. However, the free version is a little bit not fully featured. You can only have 10 documents active at once, which isn't a big deal. You can just kind of disable editing on one document and then enable editing on another. And as long as you keep your files organized, it's really not a big deal. But if you don't even want to have that restriction, like how I don't have that restriction, you can, if you have a .edu email, or you go to college or anything like me, you can use that. Like I don't have any classes in my college that use Fusion, but I used my college email just to get this education license. So now I have to renew it every year, but I can use Fusion for completely free. And once you have Fusion and you've clicked upload and you've drag and dropped the printables F3D file into your Fusion 360 and you open it, what you're going to want to go to is, I believe, right here. You're going to go to modify and change parameters. And so all of these do something, and this is how you modify it. To remove a notch, he's already told you to just set to 1 instead of -1. So let me check what you asked for. You wanted a max wave dash Firefox. So for that, max, so do you just want these two? Or maybe all of these? Well, I'm not sure exactly what you want, which ones you want omitted. It sounds like you want max wave dash Firefox. So I'm going to assume that it's just the horizontal notches, and I'm going to operate based on that. So you're going to go to the value section here, or is it expression? It's expression. And you're going to change it from a -1 to a +1. And that's going to get rid of a notch. And you can do that for all of the ones that you do not want. So I'll keep these two, and I'll remove these two. Oh, I didn't want to remove that one. So you can just fiddle with it, do whatever you need to do. I guess I'll just go in order, see what each one is. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think maybe these are the ones I don't want. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to assume that that's what you want based on your message. I'm not entirely sure, but something like that. That's how you would remove notches or add notches or customize it in that way. You can also modify cardinal depth, cardinal width, diagonal width, notch offset. So you can change like how deep, if you can see my cursor, it changes how deep the notches go or how wide they are. You can also change the distance from the cardinal or diagonal. So like you can make this secondary bump further left or further right. You have to be careful with these because you can kind of break the system and it'll make you like a glitched gate plate that you shouldn't print. But if that happens, you can just either revert the document or undo or set the value back to what was working, and you shouldn't really have a problem. So you have some fine control here. But basically, once you have it the way you want it, you're going to do two things. You're going to select the body, make sure nothing else is selected, which it isn't, and then you're going to go to File, Export, and you're going to come down here to Step File, and you're going to want to export that. The other thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get an STL of this for printing, and I wouldn't recommend you just export from this list for your STL. I think a better way to do that is to get a really refined high resolution STL, and the way you're going to do that is you're going to click on it, save as mesh, and you're going to make sure it's at millimeter, and you're going to hit refinement settings, and mine's are like custom or whatever, but you're going to want to set it to high. If you see any red here, just change it from like medium to high, or just like refresh it, and then you're going to come over to normal deviation, and you're going to change it from 10 to 3. That's going to give you a really high resolution gate plate, or high resolution anything that you want to turn into an STL. This is what I do, and so at this point I'd click OK, and I would save it to my desktop or whatever. And that's how I export all of my STLs that are on my GitHub for my projects, and it's how I get all my step files, and that's how you would modify the parameters, and that's how you would export your file. Again, modify, change parameters, change these around, and then you can export with save as mesh or with file export. That's all.